All right, we're back, guys. All right. So what are we testing? All right. So Nidus is no longer OP. What else changed here? Did they put the tactical jump cooldown increase in, or just the 1 second vulnerability? We're just asking Jason that, trying to get that going. Guys, we're going to quickly get our settings going before we get into this game. Obviously, Jason's better than me. He's been really good recently. Had a great Challenger qualifier run last season. He didn't do well in the actual Challenger, but that's understandable. My man. We are going to just play that RimWorld soundtrack quickly. Oh my god. There we go. Yeah, I missed the cutoff for Nation Wars. Sirius Black. Taking the piglets to Isengard, to Isengard, to Isengard. Taking the piglets to Isengard, to Isengard. Thank you very much, Manly Man with the tier 1 sub. Vidane with the 2-year resub before. Congratulations on your rainbow badge. Thank you very much for the support, guys. I am ready to go. Ready whenever. Ready to roll. Ready to dun, 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 dun. I want to actually keep glancing at those changes. You guys gonna take the hobbits to Isengard? Yeah. So, let me go. We will start with the ZvT. Oh my god, it's making crazy noises. So, I mean, what's changed? What's changed, guys? Broodlords aren't OP anymore. So I guess he'll probably play mech and I'll probably play like standard Zerg.
Have fun.
But, oh, Lurkers. Okay, I can play Lurkers and try to get that range upgrade. Get those 10 range Lurkers out? What do you guys think? It takes a long time to get to them. Wait, does that mean Lurkers beat Thors now? So you go Broodlords, you force Thors, but since Broodlords is shit versus Thors now, you swap into the Lurkers. Did I just have a big brain moment or a small brain moment? You guys can vote in chat. Type small or big. Thankfully, we're talking about my brain. Nothing else. Or there'd be a whole lot of smalls. They do call me Piggy Smalls for a reason, guys. You guys think it's a biggest brain? Medium brain? Let's see how it goes. So we're playing on the Western US server. Awesome. You want me to build some revanges to deal with the tanks? Can we get a ban on lie that you adore, please, mods? Just said revanger. And also said I have a nut brain. Jesus Christ. It's a Ravager! I like how he doesn't even unban you straight away. He's like, no, I'm actually just gonna let that timeout stand. How dare you? How dare you say Revanger? Why don't you go build some missile torrents, mate? Where's the SCV, guys? What the fuck is going on? Seriously, is it like in my base? Oh, it went home? And I didn't even see it go home, okay. I was so confused for a second there. So we're delaying link speed this game. I want to get that started just before the Reaper arrives.
A new queen has emerged. Your forces are taking damage.
I really want to get neural like really quickly. That might be probably the dumbest thing I can do, right? Well, he's the guy who'll snipe my creep tumor, man. If I give him any excuse. Stay away from my creep tumor, man. It's not fair. Leave me creep tumor alone,
A
man.
new queen has emerged.
We're taking the hobbits to Isengard, to Isengard.
Your forces are under attack.
So first game of the day, guys, so we're just kind of warming up. This is balance test map, of course.
A new queen has emerged.
You're
So-
under attack. Siege up.
Man, his reactions are so quick. I'm like, what the hell, man? So notice I'm delaying my my defense a long time. So if he's going to lib, that's gonna be annoying. Because we're delaying the spores so long. Alright, so we want to go roach for him. Now we get a
A
spore at
new
each
queen
base.
has emerged.
You're engaging the opponent.
Keep the queens in a central location.
A new queen has emerged. A new queen has emerged. A creep tumor's under attack.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Our forces are under attack.
A creep tumor's under attack. A new queen has emerged.
Your base is under attack again.
Oh no, we just killed my own queen. So I've got my I've got my dudes on the way. Oh. The fuck?
You're under attack. Siege up. Unacceptable command.
So the interesting thing there was there we go, let's get these ravages on. I thought that was gonna land a lot quicker. But I guess the queen that was right next to it did not have the energy. Bad position. Should go there. Otherwise it's gonna block too much mining. So we're gonna make more ravages here. Oh, we should probably make that one.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
That one. So we've got a spire. But I mean, most of all, I just want a mural shit.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, now we got it.
A creep tumor's under attack. Mineral field depleted.
Simulation successful. Your mutation complete.
That felt really fucking good, guys.
Your forces are under attack.
That felt very nice.
You're engaging the opponent.
Unacceptable command.
Okay.
We're running out of minerals back home.
I never do that combo, so I was a little bit like wary.
Evolution
Let's
complete.
try and get that pathogen glands now.
Your forces are taking damage.
Okay, got Bane speed. Oh, excellent. Held down there.
Our forces are under attack.
Mineral field depleted.
Evolution complete.
You got neurals? We've only got like one.
Simulation your successful. Awaiting directives.
We're running out of minerals back home. Evolution complete.
Mutation complete.
That field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion. We're running out of minerals back home.
Mineral field
What the
depleted.
hell?
Your warriors have
under
engaged
attack.
the enemy.
You're under attack. Siege up.
Mineral field depleted. Mutation complete. So creative.
Mutation complete.
Oh my god, the Nidus worm.
A creep tumor's under attack.
We're running out of minerals back home. You're engaging the opponent.
Your forces are taking damage. Mineral field depleted.
Evolution complete. Our forces are under attack.
Your forces are under attack.
Evolution complete.
Mineral field depleted. A creep tumor's under attack. Mutation complete. So creative.
You're engaging the opponent. You're under attack.
Evolution
Siege up.
complete.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Mutation complete. So creative. Mineral field depleted.
Geyser's empty.
Mineral field depleted.
Unacceptable.
A creep tumor's under attack.
Unacceptable.
Our forces are under attack.
Unacceptable command.
Hey, your base is under attack.
It's a trap! Your forces are taking damage.
Alright, they're all hitting 100 energy.
Evolution complete.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place. field depleted. Hey, your base is under attack, man. Your forces are under attack.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
That field's been mined out. We have an expansion. You're under attack. Siege up.
Mutation complete. So creative. They're attacking your base, you know. Your forces are under attack.
Assimilation successful.
Hey, your base is under attack,
Our forces
man.
are under attack.
They're attacking your base, you know. Your forces are taking damage. Guys are exhausted.
Unacceptable command.
So what's something else I can build, guys? That's really cool.
You're engaging
Mineral
the opponent.
fields new.
I don't want to make Broodlords because he's on Mass Thor. We know that Broodlords don't beat Thors anymore, so I'll get ready. I mean, I've almost got 3-3, right?
Vespian guys are exhausted.
Geyser's empty.
A creep tumor's under attack. Your forces are taking damage. Vespian guys are exhausted.
I feel like Swarmos would be the right decision here, but
Evolution complete.
Mutation complete.
Our forces are under attack.
it's one way to get an army killed.
We're running out.
A creep tumor's under attack.
Yeah, I'm like,
Engaging the
I
opponent.
think just the most effective thing here is just go with Swarm Hosts, but I was like
Hey, your
kind of
base
wanting
is
to
under
play
attack.
around
It's
a
a
little bit
trap.
differently, and I think we just threw the game. I'm not sure.
Evolution.
Oh, Lurkers, that was the other unit we wanted to build.
Your base is under attack again.
Because normally I would never build Hydras versus Battle Mech, which is the whole thing that kind of...
They're attacking your base, you know.
That field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion.
Our drones are under attack. A creep tumor's under attack.
Yeah, I mean, I want to show Broodlords versus the Thors, but
Mutation complete.
just showing how
So
bad they are more
creative.
than anything.
Hey, your base is under attack, man. That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
Geyser's empty.
Your forces are under attack.
Your drones are under attack.
My babies. A creep tumor's under attack. Vespian guys are exhausted. That mineral field's gone. Don't
You're under attack. Siege up.
Unacceptable command.
Hey, your base is under attack.
It's a trap!
You're engaging the opponent. That field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion. Your base is under attack again. You're under attack. Siege up.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Hey, your base is under attack, man.
Hey, your base is under attack.
It's a trap!
Our forces are under attack.
A creep tumor's under attack. They're attacking your base, you know. A creep tumor's under attack. Your forces are under attack!
Your base is under attack again.
Your forces are taking under attack.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
A creep tumor's under attack. That mineral, a new queen has emerged.
You're engaging the opponent. We're running out of minerals back home. Our forces are under attack.
A creep tumor's under attack.
Unacceptable command.
Geyser's empty.
Vespian geyser exhausted. A new queen has emerged. Your forces are under attack!
Alright, we're gonna do the
A
fight.
creep tumor's under attack.
Oh, he's got mass cyclone?
You're under attack. Siege up.
A creep tumor's under attack. Your forces are taking damage. A creep tumor's under attack. A new queen.
Our forces are under attack. That field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion.
They're attacking your base, you know. Our drones are under attack.
So I don't know what happened to all my infestors, because I made a bunch, they must have just ran in and died. I wasn't watching them.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, hello.
Your forces are taking damage.
Yeah. Them shooting faster is definitely a buff, I think. Oh my god, these two corruptors are killing it,
A
guys.
new queen has emerged.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
You're under attack. Siege up. We're running out of minerals back home.
A new queen has emerged. A creep tumor's under attack.
Your drones are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Mineral field completed.
You're under attack. Siege up. Your drones are under attack.
My babies!
Alright, we got some infestors. Trying to respread some creep.
Your base is under attack again.
A creep tumor's under attack.
We're running out of minerals back home. Hey, your base is under attack.
It's a trap! A new queen. Your forces are taking damage. Your forces are under attack!
You're engaging the opponent.
Got him! Whoa! That was really... Oh, he had really bad Thor upgrades. I was like, these Thors should be killing me. He didn't have the Thor upgrades. We're about to run in there. He only had like a tank or two covering it, so... Yeah, 3 tanks would have been overwhelmed by this. Woo! What a game. That was fun though. Let's get him on call real quick. And I'd like to actually chat to Jason while we watch that replay. And digest a couple of these things. Yeah, my infestors weren't doing that much in that last fight. After we lost all my infestors earlier, getting a bit too head buddy. Yo, yo. Just gonna get Jason on call, guys. So obviously, you know, he went BC to show the... Oh, I think he's picked up.
Hey, dude.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. That's a fun game.
Yeah, that was a little bit ridiculous. Thank you very much for opening BC, and you know, when you knew what was going to happen to it, I think from before the game started.
I didn't know it canceled. I didn't know Neuroing it canceled the teleport. I thought it would still teleport out of the way.
Oh, really? Yeah. So it has 1 second of vulnerability before it teleports now, and it can be broken by fungal interference matrix or neural in that time.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really good for Zerg then. I thought it was just like an extra second to do damage. I didn't think abilities applied to that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first as well. And then I was like, oh wait, no, they've actually specifically mentioned they want it to be interrupted. And I was like, oh, okay. You've like BC run-bys, you've got to like scan ahead now. It's like anytime there's an infestor or a raven anywhere nearby, you can't do that wait till the projectile's in midair anymore and then teleport. You got to do it ahead of time.
Yeah.
The tactical jump, they also added 15 seconds of cooldown on. But they said they're probably only going to keep one of those. changes. I reckon the 1 second vulnerability is probably what'll stay in the game, and
Yeah.
I don't think Neural Parasite as default will stay. Like, I don't know, I can't even properly vocalize why, but like it just feels too good when it comes out that early, even though it's like still kind of a niche ability. Like, do you reckon it's just a bit OP, or?
I think it's more of a ZvP issue, but in TVZ, yeah, it can be. It has potential to be that early because you were abducting, or not abducting, you were neuroing my tanks pretty early on, and that's a pretty tough thing to deal with. But I don't know, it's tough to say.
It's kind of funny, right? Because I'm thinking about like, yeah, if someone's going mech and they've got like, you know, it's that stage where you've just got your third down, you've only got like 5 tanks, and you don't really have missile turrets yet, and some like burrowed infestors walk in and steal your front 3 tanks. It's like
yeah.
a weird like anti-mech infestor bust or something.
I can see some really good timings with that, yeah, for sure.
I'm just so in the Thors, you didn't have great upgrades on them this game as well, right? So that,
yeah, I think I had
hurt.
+1 for most of it, yeah.
But I mean, how did it feel? Like they were definitely moving forward a lot quicker. Like you can actually kind of stutter step them forward, right? Like it looked.
Yeah.
But the
There's
burst
more,
wasn't as big.
There's more push potential. Like it feels like I can actually attack into a Zerg a little bit more aggressively, but yeah, obviously they don't do as much damage, so that hurts on its own. But again, that's going to need a lot more playing. And I didn't have any Vikings that game either, because you were stutter stepping me quite a bit, and if I had Vikings, then you wouldn't have been able to have as much luck doing that either. So
yeah, that definitely would have made a big difference. It was really interesting. Yeah, so we saw I just showed on the replay the tactical jump gets cancelled there. Also, Yamato gets cancelled now if you hop into a Overlord, a Medevac, Cloaker unit, hop into a Nidus. It used to get like cancelled, but it wouldn't the cooldown would still be off. You'd still be ready to cast another Yamato. So they got rid of that. Obviously, we didn't see any of that this game because I'm not TLO and I'm not going to like dodge Yamato Nidus worm.
I mentioned that too. I was like, this is going to affect TLO and nobody else.
It's like, yeah, I don't think TLO's like, really? You guys are nerfing me? It's like, what the hell, man? It's like
yeah.
Serral and TLO, the 2 players who are going to be getting nerfed by some of the changes. So, all right, I'm going to go look at some of these later fights just to quickly look at like those Thors and how they moved around and stuff. I'm sure some people will do some proper maths analysis. I'm not going to do it on stream, like how many Thor shots it takes to kill a Broodlord and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, I had a lot of momentum in this game from early, like, you know, and we were kind of, you know, I kind of headbutted some Ravagers like 6 times in a row and then almost kind of threw the game. But like, you know, we're kind of just seeing a few unit interactions here. So I'm just going to fast forward through that whole portion and find the first big like Thor Broodlord fight. Which is actually like 22 minutes deep or something. I think maybe even longer, probably like 20 minutes deep. Maybe just a little bit before that. What other changes affect this matchup? I mean, the Nidus Worm doesn't unload nearly as fast, and I can't queue it up. So that definitely cost me a lot more APM when I was trying to Nidus Worm you, and I think that was like such a needed change. Just you know, before it was like queue here, there. If I have enough changelings and overseers spotting, I can queue up so many problems with like 1 second of APM, and you're like running around for the next minute trying to deal with it. This time I was like, okay, I need to wait the full 14 seconds for that to pop. I'm gonna turn my camera off so I'm not blocking this, so people on the
Yeah, I didn't even realize that there was no cooldown on that before. I thought you had to wait until the night is finished, then you can build another one, but I had no idea.
Yeah, so it's like, well, you could only build 1 at a time, but you could queue up like 5. And as long as you kept vision, it's like, yeah, those 5 would just keep popping. Like, we saw it look especially silly. You probably didn't watch it. It was Rogue versus Dark, where there was a game where Dark defended like a Roach timing and was ahead, like a Roach Nidus. And then Rogue did like 47 Niduses over the next 8 minutes while just like slowly working his way back into the game. And Dark was just like, these only cost 50 minerals and 50 gas, and like Rogue, like, you know, obviously squeezes a few extra drones out to make up for that cost behind it.
Yeah, I would have preferred to see a cost increase there, just like because versus mech, if you go Swarm Host and you're just bouncing back and forth and dropping Swarm Host on both halves of the map, like it's incredibly difficult to deal with that as a mech player. Bio player, it's okay because you can stim go kill it constantly, but mech, you lack that mobility and they can just start sniping PFs back and forth, and I don't know how I feel about it in TVZ, but the changes that they propose don't really feel like they affect that specific scenario.
Yeah, you need to start having like a Viking specifically getting rid of the vision or the problems keep popping up. I gotta say though, like I'm pretty busy in this game, so don't underestimate the APM of putting those Niduses down. Like that has honestly made it so much harder. So like, I think either way, whichever nerf we prefer is obviously a step in the right direction, right? Because the Nidus spam was a bit out of control, and I actually really liked the point they made. I didn't even think of this. They were saying like, you know, you don't have it as much in Zerg vs Terran, but in ZvP it's often like the Nidus comes up, the Protoss pulls all their probes, they kill it quickly, but the other Nidus, that was in the corner of their main, the other Nidus like up here say, and then the other Nidus is all the way in the back of their natural, and they just like can't get there in time. And it's like, the earlier you kill it, the faster the next one would pop up. So by adding the cooldown, you don't get punished for quickly killing the first Nidus. Whereas before, you could actually checkmate yourself by killing this Nidus too quickly and knowing you couldn't get to the other one. So they said like there's situations where you've actually got to leave the Nidus alive until it's almost finished, specifically to buy time to get out that Immortal to defend the second one or something like that. So I'm like, that's actually
I didn't know it worked like that. So explain it to my Terran brain. So before, like currently how it works is if you put a Nidus swarm down, you have to wait until it's done building and then the second one queues up. But now after the patch, you can just, you do have to wait.
Yeah, you can't even queue it up. So you need to wait basically the full 14 seconds that it takes the Nidus to pop. So even if you kill that Nidus while it's building, you're still gonna like say you kill a Nidus instantly, I've still got 13 seconds until I can even place another Nidus. Whereas before there was no cooldown, so I could literally place a Nidus and I could queue another Nidus in your natural, another Nidus in your third, another in your fourth, and as long as I kept vision on those areas, the moment the first one dies or finishes building, it builds the second one. The moment that one dies or finishes building, starts the next one. So it was like the laziest way of creating the most ridiculous problem for your opponent. So I'm like so happy they're getting rid of that.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
In this matchup, I mean, what else? I mean, there's obviously TVP as well, with like, they're talking about EMP and Adepts, but super like niche case of weird Adept Disruptor players. Like, when was the last time you played against an Adept Disruptor player? Like 2018? 2017?
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much.
It's like, yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. I know Trap was doing it for a little while, maybe last year. Him and Gemini were on the, man, Adepts are great because they go better with Disruptors. And then all Protoss players realize, like, no, if you just micro your charge lots really well with the Disruptors, it's better. Like, they can actually defend drops and counterattacks way better because they've just got more raw damage. All right, let's find these Broodlord fights, man. So, yeah, it's a shame we didn't get the 3 Thief Thors. And the Broodlord nerf is so good, by the way. So what's funny is I was never using previously the target fire, and I like discovered that the other day after the Reddit thread. And I was like, oh, Broodlords can shoot from a screen away. Cool, like, I can't believe I was never using this. Because I was always stutter stepping in and out, but with attack move. So the micro that I've done my whole life, I can still do. So I'm like, I'm kind of happy in a greedy way, because this doesn't nerf the Broodlord control that I've practiced my entire life, which is go into the 10 range for half a second, pull out. You know, go into 10 range, pull out. You know, it's just this A move stutter step. Target firing doesn't help anymore. Man, those Thors actually look so much more microable. It does look really nice. Oh my god.
Oh dude, they slide now. They're Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That's fucking sick.
They've got little slidey rails on under there or something. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool, because I remember before, even just target firing, you'd watch like a Hero Marine, even one of the best players, and like their Thors, like every time you'd give them an attack command, you'd interrupt something and they'd look really derpy, and then you want to stutter step them forward and interrupts half their attacks, and you lose so much attack time. Anytime you did focus fire, micro, or anything like that, you'd lose a lot of shots. So I feel like I think overall it'll be a buff with their ability to kind of close with those Broodlords, if the Broodlords are being cheeky. The bigger one is just the Broodlord leash change, though. So, like, you know, we're kind of testing two things at once, right? So I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is definitely more powerful. But it's like, well, also my Broodlords are way less powerful than they used to be. So it's like, it's hard to isolate what the biggest change is. I do like just having the Thor as a more mobile unit, though, now. And the fact that they're always going to be landing a lot of shots versus the Broods, I think that's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to attack into Zergs now. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, man. Nothing like you get like right up to their natural and you're like, I think I'm going to break him with this mech push, and then the Broodlords can just kill your entire army. So hopefully we can push through there. Oh, man. Yeah, other than that, I think we've got the neural is the big one, which everyone's just got that big question mark on. It is still such a niche ability. I feel like it's one of those things that's going to go through. And I think like a year from now,
Yeah.
like Rogue is going to keep winning maps with it when he's like figured it out. It's like we're not going to see it like change that much. Who knows? Maybe Cyril and Rogue are good enough. They'd figure it out in like a few weeks and they'd just be like, oh yeah, this is just better. I think it's not really needed though, right? Because that is a change which is directed towards the battle cruiser. I think you add that 1 second vulnerability, that already is a good enough nerf for the BC in my opinion.
Yeah, that kills my, like, you can't do the 3BC follow-up anymore. It's too risky, in my opinion. Like, I would never send those in if the Zerg had infestors. And that's the strength of it. Like, killing creep with the battle cruisers and denying overlord spread and all that kind of good stuff. Like, it's too risky. I don't want to do that. Because I lost both my BCs this game, but obviously it's the first game on the patch, so I'm not used to it. But I would never send those in ever again.
Yeah, exactly. That's really interesting. And then yeah, looking at this last fight, you did like a nice little stutter step. Unfortunately, you know, obviously the terrain was abusive. You were out of money. You had less supply, worse upgrades than me. You had 1-2 on the Thors versus 3-3 Broodlords, 3-3 Broodlings, and 3-3 Ravagers. Obviously, I didn't neural as well as I could have. My infest count was really low, but like we see there,
They did all right, honestly, given the circumstances.
They actually did. Not too bad. And I mean, I feel like with the new moving Thor, the classic idea of let's put Broodling Hellbats in the army is actually going to be more viable, right? Because before it was like, well, you put Hellbats to get rid of the Broodlings, but it's like, well, your Thors couldn't even close with the Broodlords. But now you might actually be able to start a step forward. Oh, Jason's really loud. Sorry, guys. I had him at 180% from the last time we were chatting. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, like the idea of, you know, keep even maybe Blue Flame Hellions, but basically like behind the Thors partially, some in front, some behind, to clean up those Broodlings could actually be a nice little addition there. So I'm curious to see how it goes. I think overall pretty good. A lot of people are really upset on Twitter. So like, what's your? I didn't see you tweeting or anything. Is there anything you really hate?
Seems like the most out of touch update I've seen, specifically in TVP. Like, it feels like everything we've been complaining about they didn't really address, other than the Zealot, which is a good step, but like all the annoying things, like the ability for 4 High Templars riding business claps in a war prison, like you can't EMP those units inside the war prison for some reason. It's crazy to me. And like the TVP is just such a weird matchup, and it's really hard to like pinpoint what makes Protoss so strong. But a lot of Terrans were complaining about like the economy of Protoss, and nothing was really changed there. We got the mule quality of life change, which was nice. We don't have to micro that every game now.
And the fact that it lands on the right side of the minerals, that was very nice.
Yeah, that helps, but
it's a tiny thing. I've actually been asking for and I'm pretty sure they're never gonna do it because they could actually like recode shit. But I'm like, can we queue up add-ons? I'm like, when I place a barracks, I want to be able to select it to spend money when it finishes to build a tech lab. Because Terran macro is the hardest, like in terms of the mechanics. Like you just have too much stuff to do. So there's like little things like that where I'm like, I want to set a command center to auto mule. Like I'm like if you're gonna give the gateway, you know, the warp gate's a control group, the High Templar and auto attack so they don't walk into their death for people who are too lazy to use control groups. I'm like, can we get, I don't know, just because Terran's so mechanically demanding, I'd love something like that. And this is like a nice quality of life change. I would love something else. Beastie was super upset about the observers because Terran's, you know, he's like, what? Terran missed a scan and didn't get it and was upset. I'm actually on the opposite side. I think we've seen so many top tier Terrans scan and not quite catch the observer, like many times recently. So I'm actually,
it's pretty frustrating, yeah.
I mean, I'm asking a Terran player, so of course you agree with me on that one, right? But I've played both sides of it, and like there have been games where I've dodged 2 scans with an observer, and I just feel like I've won the game. I'm like, oh yeah, like this guy's so angry. I know he's gonna pull his SCVs soon. No matter, even he could be going a 3CC build, he's gonna pull the boys because he's so upset now. And yeah, it feels a little bit brutal. So. Yeah, I think the Zealot change is huge. I was like erring on the side of maybe it being too strong, but at the same time, like the Zealot is the most kind of powerful thing about Protoss. I think it maybe is okay against Terran, but I think it's like Zerg. I guess the problem is PVZ feels Zerg favored right now. So this is where I'm like struggling with how you address TVP specifically without messing up ZVP.
Well, the issue that we like Terran players find with TVP is that we're stuck with our 1 to 2 build orders, and nerfing the Zealot kills the gateway style pretty heavily, and all the other styles remain the same. You can still open up Stargate with Phoenix and shut down any form of harassment that I do. You can still open up Robo with Colossus drop or Disruptor drop and do a crap ton of economic damage without really any good solution from Terran, and it forces us down this one-dimensional path. And I don't see how any of these changes actually affect that.
All right. Yeah, I think that's a common sentiment for a lot of Terran players out there. And I'm always a little bit like, I'm always a little bit, like you said, it's a weird matchup. And it's hard to figure out what makes it this way. But every Terran player knows it as a feeling. And as much as I always try to shut down people just balance whining and stuff, you know, if it's in my chat or something, I'm like, no, like, you know, discussing balance and design is actually a thing. And I think every Terran player has experienced a TVP where they feel like their opponent won't die and they feel like they've got to do too much to win. And even though I go back after those games and I identify a lot of poor choices I've made and bad fights, like, it's something where I'm like, it's so hard though to play a very mechanically crisp game and make, you know, the very high decisions. And I think the sentiment in the Terran community, and it definitely even creeps into mindset, even though I consider myself an absolute shitter. And I know my TVP, for instance, is like so far below your level, where like your late game TVP always shits over my Protoss. Even I feel that sometimes, where I'm like, man, I feel like I got to do a bit more than the Protoss. At the same time, before we go on the Terran wine for the people who only play Terran, as Protoss, you're like very fragile against Terran at a certain point. But there's always like, you get over like this thing, like you survive that 2-base push with like your charge zealots and stuff, just barely. And then you're so far ahead, right? So you survive like the Widowmine drop pressure and then like the double drop, and you're like, you manage to just have the clean opening. And then you're like on the home stretch, right? Whereas Terran, it doesn't feel like you do a few things well and then you're on the home stretch. It's like now you're like even in the game, you have a slight lead, but you still need to do so many things correctly to close it out. Whereas often it feels like if the Protoss gets that 2-2 to 1-1 advantage, you know, you cue your Warp Prism into the back of the Terran base while A-moving the front with Zealots, right? While warping Zealots in the back, and you're like, yeah, Terran doesn't get that, right? It's like, you're like, yeah, I'll queue up a Liberator into the main while the Widowmine drop hits the natural, and I like burrow my mines and stutter step perfectly, dodging force fields and baiting them into mines. And if you do it right, you crush the Protoss. It's just that there's so much execution on the line there, and it makes me think of like TY was saying the other day, is like, you know, Terran is godlike. You just need to micro everything so friggin' fast. And he was saying, oh, I think if Bjorn was still playing right now and his hands were good and he wasn't in military or whatever, he'd be winning and dominating even more than Maru did. Because like, that's what you need to do, is just do shit incredibly fast in many places at once. And then Terran's still an amazing race. But TY feels like his multitasking isn't good enough to actually, like in his micro, is not good enough to have the same consistency of those sort of players.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Cool, man. I was gonna go play some team games in a bit, so I'm probably not gonna be able to play more games, but maybe hook up early next week, play some more test map and stuff.
I'll be streaming all week. If you ever want to play, hit me up. The only other thing I want to say is the Viking in TVT is going to become the most overpowered unit in the history of StarCraft 2 if that health buff goes through. That's all I'm going to say.
If a Cyclone without mag field attack moves into a single Viking that's already landed, I wonder if the Viking beats it.
I agree. It probably will. It's gonna. That Mass Viking in TVT is so broken right now, and they're gonna fucking like give it so much more health, and I'm so sad, Pig. I'm so sad right now.
Oh man, the Viking there. I mean the landed Viking in the Protoss mineral line. This is going to be the great equalizer in the TVP matchup. It's that Viking. You get the Oracle snipe with the Widowmine. You say, I don't need this Viking anymore. He only went one Oracle this game. You go land that in the mineral line. Well, the naturally Liberator hits the main. That Viking survives one more Stalker shot.
Yep. There you go.
Well, thanks for the chat. I think and the game as well. That was cool. We got to do the BC test out. We got to see some Thors versus Broodlords. We got to see Nidus Worms actually forcing a shit player like me to put 7 times more APM into it. And we'll see. Arnak says it's actually 2 more Stalker shots. Okay, cool.
Oh, even better.
Is it 2
Even
more?
better.
Don't Stalkers do like 18 damage a shot to armored?
Excellent question.
Isn't it like 13 to light, 18 to armored? And Vikings are armored. So if it's a 15 hit point buff, it couldn't be more than 1 shot. Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
My chat says Stalkers do -3 damage to anything. Okay, good to see some Protoss players are here. Nice.
There you go.
Anyway, all right, thanks, man. Have a great stream. I'll catch you
Yeah,
later,
dude.
brother.
Thanks for
Good night,
playing.
man. Cheers, bro.
Night, buddy.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to keep investigating the balance patch with different players, having a chat with them, getting their thoughts, and sharing that with you guys. Thanks for joining me for this one. If you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave comments below with your own thoughts on the balance patch, what you think's OP, what's bullshit, what should definitely go through, and what should definitely not go through. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you next time.